Hi everybody, it's Donna here, occasionally Jaja, and I'm here with a quick project share for you. I think you may have known that I had ordered a couple of birds' nests from Vicki, and there's a few other people. Her name is Vicki Boster, and there's a few people also that have ordered them, and I know you've seen them all. But what I decided to do was make one, and I've been wanting to make one since I got my first one. I've got two of hers now, and so I will show you quickly what I have done with one on mine. So this is it here. She has themes when she does them, whether it's, patriotic, winter, ice, bird nests. The one that I got was, it was like a treasure nest, it was called, and I also got her woodland nest. Taking a good look at them, of course mine can't compare with hers because she is just so good at what she does. But I thought I would give it a try. And so this one here I did, and I wanted it to be vintage. I just wanted an old-fashioned looking nest. So what I will do is, I think I'm going to put it on a pedestal to bring it up a little closer to the camera to show you. And I'll show you the pedestal that I did. I found this candlestick. I think it was at the Savers. And so I picked it up, and I also found these little dishes. And if you remember, I think in the last video I showed you a picture frame that had different little dishes, and I think this is one of those Bavarian dishes, china, porcelain, whatever. And so it's just a cute little size, and I thought it would be cute to either put a hat on in my craft room, so I could put a hat right over it to display. It is a silver base and a plate for the top. But let me take my nest just so you can see it before I take it apart to show you what I did. And it's going to kind of drape over the edges of this. But yeah, that gives you a good shot and a little bit close up as to what I've done. So in making this a vintage nest, I took a bird here that I got at Michael's. It was green, and all I did is I covered it in lace, and I took some Swarovski crystals and I popped those on 4 eyes, and those are in a blue. As I turn it around, you're going to see an old vintage necklace here, one of those cascading necklaces. I think you can see that okay. And so I kind of draped that there, and again just brought the chain around and draping it. I put a cluster of little silk flowers here in rose color, and here is the chain on that. And then dangling off the edge here, I had an old vintage pearl necklace. So you can see here's the necklace that just kind of hangs down. The next piece, this is very Art Deco. This is an old antique piece that I think might have come in a group of old pieces my aunt might have given me. And then here I've got this little flower in blue. It's a very soft blue. I get this at the Goodwill. And let me just pull my camera back a little bit, because when I started this I thought maybe I'd make it into a fairy nest. So what I did do, as you can probably see here, is I had a couple of mushrooms, and these are those typical, the typical plastic mushrooms that you can get at Hobby Lobby, and they had the red tops, and so I colored them white, made the top of the mushroom gold, and I added some Swarovski crystals to it. If we go around, you're going to see a little bit of leaf and a little curly Q here, and one over here for viney things. What you're also going to see, if I tip this back for you, is I actually, oops, I'm going to lose this off my thing, my little perch here. maybe I can bring the camera. I don't know if you can see my little fairy right here. This is her, and she's a sitting fairy. So she's sitting next to the toadstools there on the bird's nest. So as we go around a little bit more, I've got some roses here. And again, this necklace chain continues just draping around, and we come back to the bird. One thing I will also point out, let me come, well, I guess you can see it like this if I push this down. I have a little flower here, and I've put a one of those glass cabochons, and I put an image behind it. And so she's also here in the bird's nest. In the center of the bird's nest, I have two little foam eggs, and these happen to be in a little light green. Okay, and I found this really great yarn. It's like an eyelash trim, but it is this. It looks like feathers. It's the softest and silkiest. That, you know, I really haven't seen any like that. So that said, I'm going to take everything out so you can see. So there's my eggs. Let me throw them over there. I'm going to pull out the little feather stuffing. So as you can see, the construction of this is crochet. So if anybody likes to crochet, I do crochet. I'm not real good at it, but I'll do it, and I make mistakes. And I kind of fudged this, so I had no idea what I was doing. I just kept on going in a circle and increasing to make a bowl, and then I went up the sides. So it is crocheted. So if I pick it up and turn it over, you're going to see, there it is. Now, let me move that. Here, if I lift up the fibers, you're going to see that I also incorporated some fibers in the sides as I crocheted and brought it up. Now, getting back to my fibers here, these whoops, oh, there it goes. These fibers are all, I think I got these off of an Etsy seller, I believe, or eBay seller. I think it was Etsy. And she sells fibers, I think it was, I want to say 20 yards of fibers. And so there may be maybe 10 different types, maybe 2 yards each. I can't remember. But I like this color combination that she put together because I thought it looked like, you know, kind of a fairyland color scheme. The other thing that I'm going to show you, let me turn this around as well. Over here, I do have, off of one of the fibers, right here, as you can see, I have a little paper butterfly here. So the paper pieces are the butterfly, the fairy, and as you can see, now you can see a good shot of her just sitting on the edge and just behind the toadstools here. And so, just by, you know, picking it up, fluffing it up, bringing my sides up a little bit, I can pop this back in here as the feathers for the inside of the nest and my little eggs. Okay, so that is my little woodland, not woodland, I guess it's a fairy nest. The woodland nest, though, I will show you, the one that was done by Vicki. I know I haven't shown you this, and this is her woodland nest. Let me get it into camera here. So, and of course it's beautiful as always. Let me just take out her eggs. So she has two little eggs here. They're not a styrofoam egg, but they are little blue eggs, and quite honestly, what they are, I don't know if you can see close enough. I don't know if it'll show, but there is a little white M on each of these. These are M&Ms. I think they're almond M&Ms, and that's what she used as her eggs inside of this one. Underneath her stuffing here, she has some of that that filler that we use in bags and things like that, and then she's put a little bit of fiber over it in green here. But along the edges, I've got some berry vines here. She's got a little bird's nest here with a couple of little, there we go, little blue eggs. And if we look just off to the side of it, I have a little blue ceramic bird. As we go around the edge, she's embellished it with all kinds of clear berries. And her fibers here are all different types. She's got seam binding, and this looks like a chiffon. And I have her little tag here because it is signed by her. And just all kinds. And so this is a real, the color of this nest is representative of just really the woods. And I'm sure that's why she calls it her woodland nest. And again, she has some great fibers in here that she uses, mostly greens and browns. And I'll put those little eggs in there. And so that is her nest. Last but not least, I wanted to show you real quick something that I picked up. I do have a pair of ballet slippers I've had for about a year tucked away that I thought I would get to at some point. And of course I haven't got to them yet, but this may be something that I may do in the next month or two. And just embellishing them and, you know, redoing them a bit. But how I wanted to display them was, I found this at, it was either Marshall's or TJ Maxx. Let me look at the bottom. Oh, Marshall's. I did pay a little bit of money for it. I paid $30, but I thought it was so unique and it would just be perfect to display a pair of ballet shoes embellished. So as you can see here, there's a little on-off switch, battery operated, and inside, as you can see floating around, is that wire that has those lights that we see nowadays at Christmas time or whatever, and you just intertwine them. So I thought what I would do is put my ballet slippers in here, have them dangling down with the light in between, because I'm hoping that they come out good enough to be displayed special. And there's the knob on the top. And I thought I would string them up from the top, either glue the lacings up under that little knob so that they hang down along with this. So if you're in Marshall's and you think this is something you might like, as soon as I saw it, I thought it would be perfect to display those ballet slippers. And when I do make them, I will definitely show them to you and probably have them in the display for you to see as well. So that's it for now. I don't want to keep you anymore. I do have a couple other things in the works that I'm working on. So take care. Have a great weekend. Today is Sunday, and I gotta finish up here because at 6 o'clock the Patriots are on, and if they win, they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. So I gotta watch the game against the Steelers. But anyway, take care. Have a great day and a great week to come. Bye for now.